Los Angeles was drowning in one of its rare heavy downpours, the kind that sent even the most hardened locals scrambling for cover. Marcus Wellesley III, a venture capitalist known for his ruthless deals and flashy lifestyle, stood under the awning of an upscale boutique on Rodeo Drive, checking his Rolex in irritation. He had a charity gala to attend, another networking opportunity disguised as philanthropy, and the rain was ruining his Italian leather shoes. That's when he saw the homeless man. Slouched against the damp brick wall of an alley, the figure was wrapped in a frayed military-style coat, his face shadowed by a rain-soaked hood. A cardboard sign rested at his feet. "Kindness is the only currency that never devalues." Marcus scoffed. Another sob story. He had seen enough panhandlers in LA to know the drill. Some were addicts, others scammers, all looking for an easy handout. "Let's see how much pride you really have," Marcus muttered under his breath. He pulled a crisp $100 bill from his wallet and stepped closer, deliberately holding it just out of reach. "You want this?" Marcus taunted, flicking the edge of the bill. "What's the magic word? Please? Thank you? Or do you just sit here expecting the world to hand you everything?" The homeless man slowly lifted his head. His eyes, sharp, calm, unsettlingly familiar, locked onto Marcus's. "I don't expect anything," he replied, his voice quiet but firm. "But if you're offering, I'd rather you keep it." Marcus blinked. Who refuses free money? Annoyed, he crumpled the bill and dropped it into a murky puddle at the man's feet. "Enjoy your pride, then." As Marcus turned to leave, a black Mercedes Maybach glided up to the curb. A sharply dressed driver stepped out, umbrella in hand. "Mr. Reeves," the driver called, "your meeting starts in 15. The homeless man stood, shrugging off the tattered coat to reveal a simple but clean black sweater underneath. He ran a hand through his damp hair, salt and pepper, strikingly recognizable. And Marcus's stomach dropped. No. Keanu Reeves bent down, picked up the soaked $100 bill, and pressed it back into Marcus's limp hand. "Here," he said, his voice low but carrying an unmistakable weight. "Looks like you need this more than I do." And with that, he stepped into the car and disappeared into the rain. The viral storm. Marcus stood frozen, the disintegrating bill clutched in his fingers. Around him, phones were already raised. A barista from the nearby cafe gaped. Holy shit, that was Keanu Reeves. By the time Marcus reached his penthouse, the video had exploded. Keanu Humble's Billionaire was trending worldwide. TMZ, Forbes, even business analysts were dissecting the encounter. Wellesley Capital's stock drops after founder's public humiliation. His phone buzzed nonstop. Angry investors, smug rivals, his furious ex-wife, who texted, "Karma's a bitch, huh?" His PR team was in damage control, but the internet had already made its verdict. Marcus Wellesley was the villain of the day. Then came the final blow. An anonymous email arrived at midnight. "Meet me tomorrow. Same spot. Let's talk about second chances." No signature. But Marcus knew. The reckoning. The next morning, Marcus arrived at the alley, his usual arrogance replaced by gnawing dread. Keanu was already there, this time dressed simply but clearly not in disguise. Jeans, a plain t-shirt, motorcycle boots. A small crowd had gathered at a respectful distance, phones recording. "You set me up," Marcus accused, keeping his voice low. "This was some PR stunt for your next movie?" Keanu shook his head. "No stunt, just a reminder." He motioned to the sidewalk. "Sit with me for a minute." Marcus hesitated, then reluctantly lowered himself onto the pavement. "You think money makes you better than people," Keanu said, his tone calm but firm. "But here's the truth. It just makes you more visible. And today, the world saw who you really are." Marcus clenched his jaw. "What do you want? An apology? From me? No." Keanu handed him a folded piece of paper. But from them? Maybe. Marcus unfolded it. A list of homeless shelters, addiction centers, and community kitchens. All underfunded, all in LA. Pick one, Keanu said. Volunteer, not for cameras, not for PR, just to remember what people are worth. Marcus stared at the list, his throat tight. And if I don't? Keanu shrugged. Then nothing changes. But ask yourself, what's your legacy? The guy who got owned by Keanu Reeves? Or the guy who learned something? The crowd's murmurs grew louder. Marcus looked down at the names on the paper. And for the first time in years, he felt shame. Chapter 4. The Choice. Realistic Continuation. Marcus didn't respond immediately. He stood, pocketed the list, and walked away without another word. For days, the media frenzy continued. Some praised Keanu's humility, others mocked Marcus mercilessly. His company's stock kept falling. Then, 1 week later, a surprise Instagram post from the Downtown Women's Center showed Marcus, no suit, no entourage, serving meals in the kitchen. No press release, no interviews, just a quiet caption. Unexpected help today. Grateful. The internet erupted again, but this time in cautious praise. Keanu, when asked by a paparazzo, simply smiled. People can change. And Marcus? He kept showing up. Not every day, but enough. Slowly, the sneers turned to nods. The mockery faded. But the real test came 6 months later, when Marcus quietly donated $2 million to a veterans' housing project. No media, no tax breaks, just a wire transfer and a note. Because everyone deserves dignity. Keanu Reeves never publicly acknowledged it. But that night, Marcus received one final email. Now you get it.